Welcome back, everybody, to episode 68 of Screen Edge Podcast. I'm Connor. I just came back from a camp. I took a massive deuce. Now I'm ready to tell you the news.
And Rodrigo, wow, I was not expecting that one.
I planned that an hour ago.
That is brilliant. First go and all. Damn.
I know. I couldn't really believe it. That's how much I practiced it on the way here.
That was very impressive, I must say.
Yeah. I went on a camp last night. Just, it's been a while. It's just nice to get out in the fresh air. It's like, oh, so good. And like any good camping experience, you come back, you've been like building that up, and then that release of that dump. It's like nothing in this world.
Oh, sounds magical.
Yes. What's not magical is probably some of the things we got to cover in this.
We should be okay, I guess. What do you want to do first?
We'll go with movies.
Movies.
Crazy.
Okay. I have one thing that everyone, a movie came out recently and everyone's complaining about it, and I don't.
Oh, I don't know this.
And I'm against them complaining about it. So the movie I'm on about is Turning Red. Have you heard of it?
Okay. Before we go any further, first, I know exactly what the movie is about. I haven't seen it. I like the art style. I like everything about it. How in the fuck has someone found a way to complain about this movie? Before you go any further, is it dumb?
Yeah, very dumb.
Oh,
so basically, without spoiling anything, basically the whole thing, you see all this in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. The whole thing is like a little girl, she's about 12, 13, and then at that age,
I think I know where
she has a lot of emotions, and then all these emotions build up, and she turns into a big red panda.
Adorable.
Okay? Adorable. It is the most adorable looking animal ever. But so that's the whole thing of the show, and then it's her like handling it and blah 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 and trying to get rid of it and whatnot. So throughout the movie, there's a lot of jokes and references that kids wouldn't get, but us adults would get, especially about like women change their bodies changing at that age. Yeah.
Oh, you mean a sensitive topic that we dare talk about?
Yeah. So a lot of people are complaining at the fact that how dare they talk about, because they say the words periods, they say the word pads and all this, and people are like, oh my god, you can't be doing this, and like this, and I'm just like, what, talk about normal things that happen to every single woman ever? Yeah, but people are complaining about it, and I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Have you seen any of the things that they are saying, or is it just like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, okay, no, we're not women. Let's get that specified. We don't identify as them either. But like, one thing that I hate. It's not that I hate. It's one thing I never really get. Is sensitive topics like this will have two auras around them. It'll have a group of people being like, these need to be treated with an element of normality and respect and dignity, so that when they're faced by the people who have to face them, they're not embarrassed by them. And we're like, damn right, and that's 100% who I stand by. And like, even in like work environments, if somebody's taking a day off for like a period pains or anything like that, it's like, yeah, absolutely, we have no idea what they have to go through. We meaning men. But then, and I've experienced this first fucking hand, you will then talk about the things and start treating them as normality, and you'll start treating them in a sense of like dignity and respect, and you'll be like, no, you can't do that. It's like, what can I do then? I can't be a dick about it because you get angry at me. I can't be nice about it because you get angry at me. Am I supposed to exist as a plant? What the hell?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
It is dumb.
It's really dumb. I have a couple of quotes here of people complaining about it. There's one here. I had it. Where'd it go? It says, so this movie, this is A proper critic on Rotten Tomatoes, it says
Verified. Okay.
the movie suggests being rude to your parents and family is okay if you're an adolescent hitting puberty. Now, if you watch the movie, the mother is, and mind my language, she's a bitch. she's not a nice person. She is quite controlling, rude. She embarrasses her daughter everywhere she goes. That is why she's rude to her mother, not because she hit puberty and she gets her period. No, because her mother is not a nice person. Therefore, she is rude to her mother because of said frustrations, not because she's hitting puberty. I don't get it.
The other side to that as well is you obviously can't deal with this sort of stuff. You can't discuss this. So even in guys as well going through, you can't just talk about puberty in general without talking about like mood swings and changes in attitude and stuff like that. There's no way.
Yeah.
And you are, of course, I can't believe we're talking about, we're giving people to talk on this shit. What the fuck? But you literally, you can't. It's impossible to talk about this topic without talking about mood swings and issues that you're going to face throughout. It's impossible. There's no way you can. So when like the way that it is also to look at like getting to know your parents, isn't that it's all right to, but it's normal. It's normal to have like outbursts every now and again. It's normal to get snarky or have an attitude towards them. But like, if the movie was advocating it, literally saying like, oh, it's good to be like a harmless mother or like an unabusive one or like a legit loving and wholesome one, then I'd turn around and be like, okay, you're right. But if they look, it's Pixar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They didn't turn around during fucking Inside Out and be like, oh, it's alright to run away. Or it's alright to have thoughts about running away and you're doing it, and then the little voices inside your head will tell you not to. Honest to God, if you take that movie as a literal, like you literally say it as a literal message, it sounds like it's a step by step on how to get schizophrenia. But like this, there is like it's
like every Pixar movie has an underlying message. It's not just a kid movie. They all have some sort of a message they're trying to get across.
Yeah.
And in this one, it's obviously it's when you hit puberty, you will experience like this woman does it really well. She comments, she goes like, I never completely know how to describe like periods to her daughter. But now with this fluffy red panda fully experiencing some of the same symptoms like rage, paranoia, depression, it gives us a common language as something concrete for me to point to. And it's so true. That's just what it's trying to like convey. And then there's people that just don't get that. Every like you said, what are we meant to watch Inside Out and go like, oh, just because we feel sad we're running away? No, it's about learning how to control your emotions and all that. And and then there's other films, I can't even think about more Pixar films at the moment, I'm so angry, that they all have underlying messages that we need to get and not take it literally. It's an underlying message for a reason.
it's certainly an issue with like audiences. This is something we've discussed in the past. Honestly, the biggest one that I always like to think of, and will always think of, is Toy Story 4. Like, I really enjoy that movie, and I actually appreciate it is probably the best word for it, more than 3, purely because there's so many underlying themes that honestly is right there. It's in front of you, but you do kind of have to read into some things, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes a load more sense. Like, I remember coming out of that movie being like, they tackle so many things that so many movies either shy away from or don't, or try. Actually, what they usually try to do is express it in a villain that gets defeated at the end, rather than expressing it in a villain that gets understood at the end, sort of thing. So
Yeah.
to see so many things dealt with in Toy Story 4, and then I hear some people like, no, this is not a good movie. It's like, no, it is a good movie. It's just not like he had this idea of what a Toy Story movie was, and
Yeah.
you compare Toy Story 3, and here we are when like it's not focusing on the fact that they're toys anymore. It's focusing on them themselves. And look, I could definitely, I'm not going to turn around and say I don't see why it's not seen as a good movie. I 100% do, but it's so overlooked in so many aspects of it, and I'm saddened and angered, really, like you, to see that Red is so overlooked like this. It looks so obvious.
Yeah, it is. It is so obvious. Yeah, and you know the most frustrating thing is people are like, oh, we need more like representation, and it's like, okay, we'll give you a movie about women. Literally, the whole cast, bar the father, and a bully that's a boy, are male. I mean, sorry, female. They're all female.
Hmm.
And then, female, and they have, and it's like they have some Asian descent, so you get double the, representation there, and then you turn around and just complain that it's like, oh, how dare you talk about this normal thing that happens to everyone? How dare you?
That's the other thing. I'm amazed. Like, I have no issue talking about this stuff. I have no issue with any person. It might just be because, like, I'm also a scout leader, so I have to be aware of it when it's coming in. Or, I don't know, I just, like, past relationships that I became very aware of it too. Or whatever. I'm not uneasy around this at all. Like, that's the aspect is that it's just complete and utter normality. But I wonder how many of these people are parents, or how many of these people are old people. Like, I'm embarrassed to talk about this. It's like, why the fuck are you embarrassed to talk about that? Half the population has to shitting deal with as well.
Exactly, and this film does really good at, like, showing that you shouldn't be embarrassed about, what changes you're going to go through. It does really good job about literally being like, it's normal. You don't have to, like, hide it. It is so normal. And then, there's people complaining about, oh god, no, it's embarrassing. Or like, this pastor is warning people that is it demonic?
There's always one. Right? There's fucking always. I can't remember. Like, I was always interested because there was a guy, like a pastor, who would like react to songs. I was always kind of interested to see what his side of things were. And then there was some like basic, like obvious other meanings to lyrics. And he was like, "Oh, sorry, this isn't really how this works out in the eyes of the Lord." I'm like, "Oh, okay, buddy. There's another way of looking at this." Rather than just the fucking obvious. I think it was like something about death. He was like, death's not defeat or something like that. I was like, oh, it's not really how that works. And like, no shit, that's not how. Like, if you get defeated in combat, you're dead. That is how defeat works. Fair fucking play. But like, something like this, is it demonic? I was like, I don't know. He created us to have that, so it couldn't be. So like.
Yeah.
Ooh. Is it because it's big and red? Is it supposed to be some form of symbolism? Is the cuteness?
I'm sure it is.
Deceptive, sly adorableness of Red Panda some connection to the Satan himself, big man down there, thorny and nope, can't say
maybe
that.
because the panda gets angry, it goes grrr, so maybe.
Holy shit! There's no way he goes through 7 sins.
Oh my god. Anyway, I think we're going too deep here.
Yeah, we're going to give him more ammunition. I'm sure. Look, they managed to attribute the 7 deadly sins to SpongeBob. This wouldn't be the biggest jump. And I'm not going to lie. The SpongeBob one makes a bit of fucking sense. It's kind of scary.
It is. But yeah, I do recommend watching Turning Red. It is good. It wouldn't be one of my favourite Pixar ones. I do have ones that I prefer over this one.
Ah,
But it is very good. I mean, the panda itself is adorable enough to make it one of your favorites. It's absolutely adorable.
look, Pixar has such a wide catalogue of different messages in movies. Like one of my favorites, Bolt. It's good
Yeah.
for it's. I love Bolt with passion, and like then you got Up, then you got Inside Out. Like just those movies alone, they're probably my top three. I absolutely love them.
Yeah.
There's so many ones that like okay, one that's specified towards a particular group, which is okay half the population. It's still not our group somehow. So like we're obviously not going to be one of our. It's obviously not going to be one of our favorites. It's not really how that works. But I'm still going to appreciate what it means, and we're not going to be the dumbs sitting around being like, "Oh, you can't talk about this. This is going to give more of a voice." Yeah, it's going to give more of a voice. Good, fucking thank God, finally.
Yeah, finally. I was about to say a bit late. We should have had this a long time ago. But yeah, it is very good. I do recommend it. I guess the reason it's not one of my favorites because the mother's just really annoying. She just drives me up the wall.
I think we have a similar. I have a similar feeling about a character in The Power of the Dog. I just found him really annoying at the beginning, and after that, it kind of just ruined the movie for me. It's not anything against the movie. It's just against I
Just
don't
the
like those type of characters.
Yeah. That's personal preference. But yeah. Yeah, do you have anything in movies? Or I also have another thing people have been complaining about. But if you have something else that is, not complaining, we can go with that.
Not. I don't really have anything complainy. I kind of just have like people or Daniel Radcliffe at one point. There's a lot of Daniel Radcliffe lately, which I'm delighted to see because I love that adorable otter of a man. But at one point he got asked about returning for the Cursed Child movie, and he was like, "No," but he made like a good. He kind of got me thinking about people who had to come back and stuff like that, and he was like, "Oh, people who return." I can't remember the movie he said it was, but he was like, "Oh, people who've come back 30, 40 years after they were playing this character, and that's when they come back because it's been such a long break." I was like, "It's only been 10 years since I've played it. I'm not completely out of that yet." So I'm happy he can turn around and be like, "No, I don't want to come back for this."
Yeah, because a lot of people would kind of just cave into the pressure and be like, "Okay, fine, I'll come back."
Yeah, here it is. He's like, this sentence I really like because we think of actors and acting as a particular profession that you go in and once you get a big break, you should never let go of a type of thing, and you should always give the fans what they want. Yeah. But he gave a line here, which is, I think I was so able to go back and enjoy it because it's not part of my day-to-day life. So like he doesn't want to go back because it's not part of his day-to-day life anymore. Yeah. So if it's not part of like everything he witnesses, he can go back and enjoy it. If he's not at the point where it's just each and every day it's Harry Potter, like yeah, I'll go back because he mentions the Star Wars guys had like 30 to 40 years before they went back. For me, it's only 10. So yeah, they had 30, 40 years where it wasn't just Star Wars. Like Harrison Ford did so many other movies afterwards that it wasn't just Han Solo for him. And Mark Hamill did so many other things. It was probably more the Joker after a while. And he came back. And Carrie Fisher did plenty of other things as well, modelling, blah, blah, blah. So it's the same for her. But he's just always been Harry Potter to people. And even nowadays...
he's still Harry Potter.
A lot of people still see him.
Like, oh, Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'll still look at him and go, that's Daniel Radcliffe. Because I think he's really good. The other version of this is Robert Pattinson with Twilight. For so long people were like, oh, it's just Edward from Twilight. But he's like, instead of being, Daniel Radcliffe's obviously still doing things, and he's definitely getting into movies. Actually, it's the same thing then. And Robert Pattinson is also like this, but he's just after hammering it into another role where he's just now Batman.
Yeah, he's now Batman. You know, he's the worst vampire ever. He took 14 years to become Bat.
You love that.
love that. But no, yeah, and it's the same with like RDJ at the moment. You know, you look at him and you're like, oh, that's Iron Man, and he will be Iron Man for a long time before he gets another big role or something. That you know, you can. It shifts that view. It was the same thing with like, what's her name? What's her name? Emma Watson. It was like, oh, she's like Hermione, and then she did like, Beauty and the Beast, and now like the little kids that watch that, they're like, oh, she's Belle, you know. So it is weird how that works.
Yeah, who did you mention before that? Again, you said someone.
RDJ.
RDJ. My issue with not my issue, but my thing with him at the moment is you see every single talk show is he stays as Tony Stark, and I think that's what makes it harder. Once Daniel Radcliffe was in other things and was given talk shows, he was Daniel Radcliffe. He wasn't just Harry Potter. And same with Emma Watson to an extent. While her breakaway wasn't as clean as even with what's his name, Daniel Radcliffe, he had fucking like The Woman in Black, and then he had Horns, and then he had What If. So he had plenty of movies that were like, oh yeah, that's a pretty clean break away from it. She went from like, she didn't go into lesser movies or as many lesser movies, but even then it was like, oh, it's Hermione, and then they're like, look, people know you, they know you as Hermione, they know your face.
Yeah.
Come to Disney. And she's like, okay, I know. I just look at. It's also not the greatest remake. Let's be honest. I haven't yet to find someone who's lost. Yeah, I'm yet to find someone who watched it with like, oh, it's great, and like, it's okay.
It's okay.
So like, it's hard to break away from something you've been with for so much of your life.
When you've been at it for so long, it's very difficult to just have that's it, and you move on.
Now, what I really hope is that in 30, what will be 20 years time now, that they just leave Harry Potter as is. Like, I can't imagine an old Harry Potter. That makes no sense. They'll do it, but I won't be looking forward to it.
See, like, I do. It's only been 10 years since the last one. So if you think about it, because The Cursed Child is a story about 19 years after Harry Potter, the last Harry Potter. So technically, in 9 years, we're gonna see The Cursed Child, and that would be like he would be the correct age for that film. So I wouldn't be surprised if in 9-10 years we get that Cursed Child film with Daniel Radcliffe.
I don't think anyone wants a Cursed Child thing. There's so many things wrong with it. I've heard like brief synopses of like just issues with it, and like it's either retcons that were just completely unnecessary, added pieces of infos that was completely unnecessary, characters that were just boring as fuck. I don't know a single character from that. Like, I can look at other novels that are similar like that. Like, I don't know, killing what's the fucking Hunger Games and other movies like that. I can think of characters, or I can at least envision them from the movies or from plays or whatever. I don't know a single thing about this book. No, sorry, I don't know a single character from this. I just know everything wrong about them. And it's too many things for me to be like, yeah, no.
Yeah, and like, I feel like the Harry Potter franchise, you know, all those 8 films were, you know, so good, all of them. There wasn't one that was like, Jesus, that was terrible. They all have their own charm, their own, you know, they're all really, really good. That when it ended, it would have been just so nice if it was just, it ends, you know, that's it, no more. But then there was, you know, now we have the Fantastic Beast films, and it's like, okay, technically he's not Harry Potter, but we're still in the world of Harry Potter. And then they had the Cursed Child, like, what's it called, the fucking theater show, whatever you call them, a play. The Cursed Child play, and now they want to film again, and we get the reunion, and it's like, if you want people to really love something, leave it alone. Just have that 8 films, and then be like, wow, we love that. You don't need to go back 100 times.
Yeah. Now let me see how we are on time. Yeah, you had something else that people were complaining about. We can touch on quick.
Yeah, it's just quick. Like in on Disney Plus, they added they added Daredevil and the Punisher. You know,
Yeah.
they added all those, R-rated, shows and stuff. And there's a lot of parents going, "How could you? There's kids watching this." And it's like,
Child lock it, you incompetent
yeah,
bastards.
There is literally a setting that only allows child friendly content to pop up. Maybe put that up. Yeah.
People's inability to look at settings on apps infuriates me to an ungodly end.
I know, and it's not like it's the first stuff that they add in that's not for kids. The Walking Dead is on Disney.
Yeah.
They have Family Guys on Disney.
Oh.
None of these are for kids,
No.
And only now that you've added two of the best Marvel shows, probably the two best Marvel shows we have, onto the platform where all the other Marvel stuff is, and you go, what is this? You can't be at that. I just can't wait till they add Deadpool and Logan and people lose their minds again.
Oh yeah, well, I think the reason is that because there's so many Marvel series coming out at the moment, they were like, oh, this is just another Marvel series. It's grand, not knowing what it is. And they saw superheroes and went, oh, the kids want to watch superheroes. The kids are like, oh, we want to watch Daredevil, and we're like, you can't because it's too violent. Oh, how hard is it to say that? How hard is it to be like,
it's not for
we'll
kids,
see,
not
or
for
make
you.
something up? It's like, sorry, no, not this time. It's, shut up, stop complaining. Turn
Just
off
be
the
like,
thing so
oh,
we don't even see it.
Can we watch Daredevil? No, it's not for kids. Okay.
Also, I
Conversation's
bet you
over.
this is the same fucking families that give their kids iPads when they're 2 and let them watch TikTok uncontrolled, like unsupervised. And if that case, let them watch Daredevil. They've seen worse.
Definitely, if they're on TikTok, they've seen worse. But no, like, what is the like? I know that you think of Disney and you think magical, you think lovey-dovey, like this magical place and all this. You think that, and I mean that's fair. They literally built their whole franchise and company around kids and stuff. So I get that, but they also, make stuff that isn't for kids, and that is also okay. And hence why they added a setting where when Star was introduced, they were like, okay, there is the kid one and the adult one.
Yep.
Just like Netflix has it, no one's complaining about fucking Netflix having that, whatever that fucking Ben Affleck film was, Jesus, having that on it,
And girl, wait, which one?
no, what's there's a new one, Affleck, where the fuck, Deep Water.
Oh yeah.
So like, people just complain just because it's Disney, it's kind of dumb. But yeah, that's my little rant on people being annoying.
Complaining and dumb.
Yeah. Right. TV?
TV.
Right, let's complain a little more. So I know we've complained and beyond all belief, and you could be like, surely they can't complain about it where we can. About the Halo show.
Holy shit! I just saw something. I think I know what you're about to say, and if you are, I'm gonna fucking blow my mind.
So before this is currently running, isn't it? It's so it's currently being, the first one drops, it drops in 4 days. It's not out yet. It drops in 4 days. So the first episode is out in 4 days, as of today, recording.
Cool.
But yeah, so the creators came out and said that when they were writing this beautiful TV show, They didn't look at the game.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. Let me say that one more time for the hard of hearing. They didn't look at the game. Now you could be like, "Hey, Rod, isn't this like a TV show based on a game?" Yes, you would be correct. So wouldn't it be smart to look at the game? Yes, but they didn't, which hurts me to say. And then we wondered why it looked shit.
I have
why
the
it didn't
full
make sense.
quote, which is, we didn't look at the game, we didn't talk about the game, we talked about the characters in the world, so I never felt limited by it being a game. So I want to parrot or rephrase what they said. Right?
Go on.
We didn't look at the world created by the game. We didn't talk about the world created by the game. We only talked about the world and the characters created by the game, so I never felt limited by it being a game. It makes no fucking sense. Like, okay, that's like, that is legitimately like me making a Harry Potter series, calling it Harry Potter, having Harry Potter in the fucking thing and be like, oh, I didn't look at the books.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Exactly. Like, if they would have made a Halo show, right, about a comic, a book that hasn't been touched in a game, and they say this, that makes sense.
I'd love
that. Makes sense because the book, the comic, the graphic novel has nothing to do with the game. Therefore, there's no point in looking at the game. That makes sense. But if you're going to choose Master Chief, who is literally the only person they touch about in the main Halo games, and you go, I'm not going to look at that. I'm just going to take the name, take the world, and run with it. You are not right.
You're not right in the head if you're like, I'm gonna take a look at this game. Okay, yeah, so for this explains a lot, because like I was looking at different things. This explains a shit ton, actually.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
This explains so much. And I think this actually goes down to highlight how much power like directors and executive producers have, because I remember them talking about Spielberg's decisions on things, and he was like, oh yeah, he made a lot of decisions on the lore and the world and the things that we dealt with. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense to me, because if I had to trust anyone with like delving into lore, it would be him or Taika Waititi. They love doing all that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, but what I'm looking at is not what you're telling me. But if the writers came out and said, oh yeah, the thing we wrote that's based on something else we didn't actually take any onus from, it makes so much more sense as to why. Apparently it's not getting the worst reviews. There was previews put out there. Excuse me, that is more entertaining to me than the show. But yeah.
And I'm sure it's not terrible.
No,
I'm sure it's not the worst thing to be put out. Oh my god, it's got a 1 out of 10 on IMDb.
I retract my statement.
It's got a 1 out of 10 on IMDb.
There are a few Halo shows. What's it called? Halo's TV series?
Halo. It's just called Halo, but if you look up Halo TV show, it'll come up. I was gonna try and be nice to this. I can't. I was really trying to be optimistic and be like, it could work. Oh my god.
Oh no.
For it to get a 1 out of 10, the lowest score possible.
59%. How many? Okay. Is there like? Okay. You're rating. Not rate any of it, but yeah, 1 out of 10. There it is. Son of a bitch. 9 episodes.
Okay, so I got 2 critic reviews here.
Oh,
okay, one is good, one is bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna read one, and I want you to tell me if it's good, if it's the good one or the bad one. Okay. Halo is shamelessly derivative, but it's fun to watch. It's like a TVMA version of Star Wars. It's a Steven Spielberg produced blockbuster show that feels more like it came from his pal George Lucas. Now, is that the good one or the bad one?
I'm gonna go and say that's. I'm gonna assume that's the good one because the word "but" is in there.
That's the good one, but that's
Thank
not
God.
a good review.
It's not a good review.
The bad one is Halo looks a lot like, well, you might expect an adaptation of the game would, but it fails to distinguish itself from similar sci-fi fare. Yeah, I get that. It's gonna be shit.
Like, okay, it's one. People go like say, "Oh, it's hard to make sci-fi different than other sci-fi things." It's not. It's hard not. It's hard to create new aspects to sci-fi worlds. It's hard to create new pathfinding ideas that can cut your way through, tens of years of developed sci-fi stories from Dune up until now type of thing. But you're literally taking one of the most iconic things, one of the most iconic games ever, no matter who you are. If you play games for more than 10 minutes, you know Master Chief's face, and you can't make that seem better than your average sci-fi thing. I mean, what the hell do you want from us? You want money? You're not getting that. You want my attention? You're barely getting that. The only thing you're getting is complaints.
Yeah, like I was even gonna say maybe it's for people that don't play the game. Generally when something is adapted from a game, I'm like, it's for people that haven't played the game, and that usually, makes sense when you watch it and haven't played the game, or watch and play the game, and it's like, okay, that's not for me. But this guy literally says it's trying to serve two masters, diehard Halo fans and newbies, and it can't do either or.
Oh God.
And that's the issue, because it's like you're trying to, like, okay, you're gonna make the show, you're probably not gonna please everyone, so pick one. Are you gonna please the people that have played it, and the people that haven't played it will be like, this is not for me, or vice versa? And then it's like, but if you can't even do those two right, you failed.
Yeah, like, okay, there's obviously the thing we said before that, like, directors should stick to their guns, or stick to what they know and how they feel and what they feel is right. But when what you feel is not being able to pander towards one or the other, and you're stuck in a limbo, you really need to take a step back and think about what's going on.
Exactly.
People, huh?
Yeah. There is, I want to say, out of like the hundreds and hundreds of game adaptations that have been made to movies or TV, only like 5 have been good, if even.
It's open. No, if even.
So do people not just go, let's look at these odds? Okay, so about 1 in every 100 is good. Do we take the leap? And you go, why are you in that job? Like, it doesn't work. Only very few, like Detective Pikachu, Sonic, they worked. They were good. But everything else hasn't worked. So stop.
Yeah.
God.
You're. I think that's my issue with series nowadays rather than games. Is it such a gamble with TV series? Movies is kind of in its own vein, that you'll watch a movie. I'll watch a movie and I'll get an experience from it. But it's a one-time experience. I like it, I dislike it, and that is fine. I don't have to go any further with it. I don't have to go any less with it. What I have is what I have. I can deal with it, what I got. A game is similar enough, in the sense that I can look into more things, I can read more about it, I can see some gameplay, I can make a much more educated decision on it than like, because that's going to cost me more money than both a TV and a movie. Well, cost me more than a TV series, but so I can make an educated decision on that and make sure it's what I want.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I do Elden Ring. I saw it's the gameplay, I know I didn't know. As soon as I saw From Software, I went, that's mine. It's what I did with fucking something, a game.
It's what you're going to do with the Lego game.
Lego game. Actually, sorry, that's the perfect one. I sat back and said, wait, I was like, if it has this, I'll definitely get it. If it has other aspects, I'll go for it. It had the aspect that I wanted. It has cool, updated graphics and massive characters, and now I'm getting it. God, I love that legacy mode, but we'll get to that. With a TV series, you can watch a few trailers, like a movie. You're like, okay. You can watch a few scenes, I guess, like a game. I was like, okay. But utterly in the end, you're going to start watching it. You're going to have the experience of a movie and the gamble of a game. But you're going to have to stick fucking with it because you just took the gamble and you lost.
And if you're 6 hours, because, 6 episodes, whatever each, that's 6 hours. It's a big investment.
You're much more likely to lie to yourself in a TV series than a movie or game, because a movie is short, you can leave it and not touch it again. A game is like, you don't have to get it in the first place, so you can just be like, nah, that's fine. But a TV series, if you start that shit, you're going to be in there for about 4 or 5 episodes before you go, I can't anymore.
Yeah, because the first 3 you're like, I give it a go. It's still it's finding its footing. You gotta keep giving it a go, and then 4 to 6, it's like, okay, maybe it's just shit. And then after that, if you stick with it, well, that's on you. But that's usually when you drop off. Like, okay, it's not gonna get any better. I'm out. But that's already 6 episodes in. That's a lot of hours invested in it. Or if it's one good season and then there's 10 more, you're like, but the first one was good. Maybe the third one will be better. And then you end up watching 10 useless seasons.
Talk about The Walking Dead.
No, I'm actually enjoying The Walking Dead.
Okay, now are you enjoying The Walking Dead because it has gotten better, or are you enjoying it because of like a Harry situation where you watch Suicide Squad so many times you just tell yourself it's a good movie?
No, I genuinely am enjoying it. I definitely see why people would end up like, not watch it anymore. I definitely do see that, but I feel like it's one of those things that it's just a kind of a guilty pleasure at this stage. It's just kind of like, it's like I shouldn't like this as much as I shouldn't enjoy this as much as I'm enjoying it, really. Yeah, that's the best way I can explain it, really. Just, I shouldn't be enjoying this, but I am. But I get why people don't. I get it. But yeah, that's not why we're here. But what other TV shows stuff do you have?
Do I fucking have any other TV shows stuff? Besides a shit ton of things at Kenobi and Moonknight, which I'm excited for.
Moonknight's out in 10 days.
Aye.
That should be good. The 20th. I hope it's good.
Well, look.
I hope they don't make it child like.
Yeah, now the thing that's making me actually that's inspiring my confidence for this is the reacquisition and their addition of sorry, I just locked eyes with Alexandra Daddario's eyes, so it got distracted there for a second. They are like the new acquisition and put up of the Netflix Marvel shows, the R-rated shows, makes me know that they are okay with this. That they are okay with R-rated stuff. They are okay with this. So I'm like, interesting. And their brutalized outlook on the brutal trailer looks great. And the fact that even Doctor Strange looks like it's going to be getting a bit grittier. Still going to have the Marvel charm, which I hate.
Not the jokes.
Yeah, You sneeze? Oh, there it is.
Oh well, that's so if you're wearing earphones, I apologize.
Yeah, okay. I'll do something with it. But like I'm confident. I'm sure they saw where DC were going with the Batman and how they're going to make it really gritty, and people were like, yeah, because everyone's reaction to the trailer way back was like, fuck yeah,
They're like,
that's
finally.
what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Disney must have been like, hang on now, what can we do? Do we have a Batman? And they're like, we got a mentally ill man with multiple personality disorder that gets wrapped in white and beats on people every now and again. It's like, perfect.
That one.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I do think it will be grittier than most Marvel stuff. I definitely do think so, but I still think they're gonna make it. You know, it'll still have, like you said, that Marvel charm. You know, because it does have a TV 14 rating, which would be like a PG 13 rating. So that's still very low for my liking. I'm also I was really excited for Moonknight, and I was really excited for Doctor Strange. Honestly, if I never watched them, I probably wouldn't care. I am so sick of Marvel now. I'm literally so sick of it.
I will definitely give Moon Knight a go, purely because Moon Knight is such an underused, unknown, obscure character that I can pretend it's not Marvel.
Yeah, and hey, we love your man.
I love Oscar Isaac so much.
I mean, he's great. So I guess if it doesn't have, like, of course, I say if I didn't watch, I am gonna watch them. You know, we're all fools. We'll all eventually watch everything that Marvel spews at us. You know,
I'm doing a good job not doing so.
So like, we're gonna watch Moon Knight. We're gonna watch Doctor Strange. It'll happen. Definitely not watching Morbius unless someone pays for me to go to the cinema.
Unless we get sponsored by Disney Plus themselves to go and fucking watch it and give a good review, absolutely not.
Yeah, or someone goes, hey, we're going to see Morbius, I pay for your ticket. I'll be like, free cinema trip. Other than that, I'm not watching this. Because what a waste of time is Morbius.
Because even at that, even if someone's turned around to be like, hey, we're going to see Morbius today, I'll pay for your ticket, I'll be like, that's cool and all, but this movie's also coming out, and that doesn't look like a stinker.
Yeah.
That fucking moment in the trailer where he's like, I'm Venom, I'm kidding, it's just Dr. Morbius, and like, fuck off.
It's so Marvel though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I saw someone saying, like, people complaining that the Batman wasn't funny, like Marvel movies and stuff. It's like, what did you expect? Like when Gordon was like, Batman stands behind Gordon or something, and he's just meant to be like, he's behind me, isn't he, or something like that. And it's like, we're not playing. It's not meant to be funny. You know, a movie doesn't have to be literally, this is a stupid dumb joke and it's funny. The Batman is quite funny. It has its funny moments. It is. It does. It doesn't have to be very witty. It doesn't have to be like in No Way Home when she's like, no, Scooby-Doo this crap. It's like, haha, so funny. It doesn't have to be like that. It can literally be just like the Batman does it. It's a funny joke, but it's not literally meant to be funny in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marvel is really ruining it. I mean, we gotta give Martin Scorsese his respect now. He was telling the truth. Yeah.
Shouldn't doubt him.
Yeah, and I hate the fact that it's literally become such a money making machine that any actor is willing to literally sign their soul away to be part of the Marvel universe. I just hate that. It just frustrates me. But
like,
what are two of us gonna do, huh? None.
Yeah.
We're gonna do absolutely none.
It was interesting you said there, like, oh, you have to. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before this?
No. Go ahead.
Grant. It was interesting when you said there, it's like, oh, you're sign off your soul to this, and you just, that's it. And it did make me question there, because like we already mentioned how actors can get sucked into a role for 10, 12, 20, whatever, so many years, and then they get stuck with that, and their day-to-day lives is just that. I would be okay, as you said, signing off your soul to something that is deep and has a lot going for it. And I don't mean in the media, and I don't mean in culture or in society. I mean in its world. I would sell my soul off to Star Wars in a fucking heartbeat. If they were to come in and be like, you're playing an Ewok, I'd be like, tell me the tree I'm climbing. Like,
which tree? Yeah.
Like, I'd already grow or shrink 3 feet. I'd be like, and go for it. In a heartbeat I do it. But it's not because it's so it's making so much money at the moment. Of course that's a factor, but it's not, off the top of my head, actually money wasn't even the first thing. I was like, I get to be part of this universe. And every time I see someone talking about it, of course they obviously have like the money aspect involved, and that's a big payout, but nearly every actor who becomes part of Star Wars turns around and goes, it's so cool to be part of this universe. But so little people turn around with Marvel. Okay, no. The only people that turn around with Marvel are the big people that turn around with Marvel. It's like, oh, it's so good to be part of this community and like the culture around us. Like, you're not talking about your lore. You're not talking about your character. You're talking about what your character does for people in the real world. I'm talking about the shit that I'm a part of in the universe. Because look at Pedro Pascal. Him, the Mandalorian, is the perfect example of that. Because he loves wearing the helmet, but he has his own things against it, so he has his own relationship with Star Wars. He turns around and he's like, it's so cool being part of this, so cool having your own name towards something, and it's so amazing being able to be recognized as this person. And he also turns around and says, it's great that people know me as this outside and are along for my journey, but he's still talking mostly about like, I'm part of this universe and I'm part of all this. But like, you look at Chris Evans or RDJ or anything like that, and nearly everything at the moment is just them on talk shows. It's just them in society or culture doing something nice, and then that's so shallow to me.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, it just like you said, it just feels so shallow. Like, what's her name? Who plays Gwen in the...
Emma Stone.
No, the Tom... No, not Gwen. MJ.
Zendaya.
No. Kristen Dunst?
Oh my... oh, okay. And Tobey Maguire's one.
Yeah, I was trying to think of Tobey's name. I couldn't fucking think of it. I like I
named all of them before I got to the right.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I'd love to be MJ again. You know, I'm so excited if I get the opportunity to play her again. I feel like it's a great time to come back. It's like, though, you just really, really want that paycheck.
Oh,
it's so obvious. It's been, when was the last Spider-Man movie? The Tobey Maguire one, like 2005, 2000.
No,
like
2007.
2007.
Damn right, look at that.
2007 was the last time. So it's been, a long time now. It's been a long time. And never did she ever go like, oh, I'd love to play MJ again. Never. Moved on with her life, moved on with her career, which, I mean, fair play. Fair enough.
Fair play. No,
but now that
she
did, and she did decent stuff. She did some good movies and whatnot. But
Paradox too.
Yeah, Paradox. She's nominated for an Oscar. I think, is she?
I think she won one not so long.
I think she's nominated for Paradox. But so like she moved on. She did her thing and later. But only now that the big money's in, the
Mm-hmm.
Marvel universe, and she saw Toby come back. She's like, "Oh, it's my turn to like hop on the
Mm-hmm.
bandwagon," and it's like, make it less obvious here, like,
Mm.
and I hate that everyone's like, you know, they just all want to be in it, and I get it, but it's also like, is it really worth
Yeah.
selling your soul?
Like, if you were to turn around to me right now and offer me like a good paycheck to go into Marvel, I of course we'd accept it. We're not
Yeah, yeah, we're not
like
gonna say
it's
no. We're not
yeah, we're not the
crazy.
people that's going to turn around and turn like, oh, we wouldn't do this. That's an unbelievable stand that any person would take if we were
Mm.
being offered money with Marvel. But I wouldn't enjoy it, and I'd know that going in. I'd know going into say, oh great, I'm part of fucking Marvel now, and I'd look across the studio at Disney and I'd see like the Razor Crest, no, that's blown up. I'd see like this Naboo starfighter that he has now, wheeling by, and I'd just be like, I want to be over there, and I'd find everything
Yeah,
I could, even if it took a pay cut to get over to there. I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm getting part
yeah,
of this universe. It's I
yeah,
guess
and
that's preference.
it is
There's definitely
preference.
other
Yeah,
people that would be like, oh, I'd love to get the superheroes than what you call it,
in Star Wars.
sci-fi and
Yeah,
Star Wars. But still, you're doing it for the character, and that's just not me. I love something more deep because to me, superheroes are just shallow. No, no, sorry, that's a lie. That is a lie, 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 lie. The way Marvel is portraying their current batch of superheroes is so shallow.
yeah,
That's the best way. Superheroes are shallow.
yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, and like it really like the whole like if you look at Benedict Cumberbatch, right? Fantastic actor, and
Mm-hmm.
he's in so many good stuff like Power of the Dog, The Imitation Game. He's in a lot of good stuff.
Oh God, take your pick, yeah.
Sherlock, uh, he's a good actor. But when you think of him, you just go Doctor Strange.
Mm.
And I know
No,
he
I've.
isn't only Doctor Strange. He does
Mm.
things even while he's Doctor Strange. But it's literally like you're such a good actor, but you're part of this. You're this character that kind of not tarnishes his like long list of great films, but it's the ones that stand out and they just feel out of place. I guess for me
Mm.
anyway.
Like I just do a thing more so just for my outlook on actors, so I don't get stuck in a rut with them. That when I see an actor, actress, whatever, I will look at them and I will go to their other roles. No, nothing of their big. Even with Daniel Craig, I'll take Knives Out first. With,
Mm.
as you say, you said the Benedict Cumberbatch, I would go like Power of the Dog, or something like that. And I had one in my head as you were saying it. I was like, nope, so Daniel Craig, can't remember. Like I'll always, Daniel Radcliffe and even Eddie Redmayne. I think of other things that they've done
Mm.
because if I just look at them as their main character, I'm no better than most of the people who complain about random shit in movies.
Yeah.
Like, if I just look at Robert Pattinson as his most famous thing, look at all the movies I'm missing out on.
Mm.
So I can't I never, because even now, like, I think it's even my apartment. Yeah, even saying like, oh, I'm going to see the Batman, and they'll go, oh, so Robert Pattinson. I was like, absolutely, it's Robert Pattinson. I can't wait. It's like, I was him with Twilight. I was like, get
Get
fucking
over it.
over it.
Get over it.
You don't watch enough movies, honestly, to be able to turn around to me and be like, I don't want to watch because you're in Twilight. You don't like. If that is your reaction to him being in Batman's show movie, you don't watch enough movies to be able to
Yeah.
fucking say it. I don't care.
Yeah,
When
go
was
watch
Twilight,
go watch
honest?
Good Time or go watch The Lighthouse and then come back and tell me he's not a good actor.
Hey, fucking exactly.
Like
When was the last Twilight series out? Or movie? 12.
12.
So fucking 10 years ago.
Get
So
over
it's
it.
it's a decade
Get
ago.
over it.
I don't want to watch because he's in. I was like, get over yourself. Honest to fucking God, get over yourself.
Yeah, I was the same. In fairness, up by hand, and when he was casted as Batman, I was like, oh, he's shit in fucking Twilight, and you were like, watch this, and I did, and oh my god, like he's great. He is such an underrated actor that literally had one bad role, and everyone's like, you suck. Literally, watch anything else he's in. Literally anything other than Harry Potter, Twilight, and you'll see that he's a great actor.
Even Harry Potter. Even fucking Harry Potter,
Yeah,
he's
much
great because
better
he's so much charisma in it. I say charisma, really weird. And like,
he's even in Tenet, isn't he?
He's great in Tenet.
Yeah.
He's fucking great in Tenet. Now, as if you probably follow us on Instagram, you'll see the review on it. That is not a movie for everyone. Absolutely, by no means. Both my parents walked out being like, I can't understand it, while I'm sitting there in my fucking element connecting lines in my mind palace. But like, he is brilliant in it, and he's brilliant in The Lighthouse, and he's fucking spectacular in The Batman. I haven't been able to stop thinking about that movie, and I've watched it twice.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, we better move on to games. But yeah, stop judging one person for one role. Look at other stuff they do. Like, and I fall into that with Kristen Stewart. I really dislike her. But
I just dislike her for many reasons rather than just the one.
Yeah, but yeah, there you go. She's just yeah. But anyway, stop judging them for one. They got other stuff, you know. But yeah, let's move on. Games.
Yes. You said you had a good few things in games.
Oh
yeah. Actually, this has been a common theme kind of throughout this. We might as well touch on Harry Potter.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah. We got a 14-minute gameplay video of the Hogwarts Legacy. Oh my god, does this look absolutely amazing.
Now, I am going to actually be a little bit of a voice of pessimism with this.
Okay.
And because every time I look at it, now I'm not going to lie, the idea of being able to free roam is amazing to me.
Amazing.
The fact you get to go around Hogwarts. We'll talk about the good stuff. Actually, you go with good stuff. You sound like you are going to be greatly enthralled with this, so you go with this first.
Okay, no, I was just going to say, like, I didn't watch the whole gameplay. I watched a good bit of it, and it just like it looks. First of all, it looks beautiful. It doesn't look as beautiful as some people might have expected. Especially
that's my thing.
The faces look a bit weird, but
I'm looking at it right now.
But this game is still not out. This game isn't out till December. Well, they said holidays, so October to December time. So they still have time to, tweak certain things. But I just love the whole, like, free roam aspect. You go to the classes that you want to develop the spells that you want. They have, like, the sorting hat at the beginning. And there is still not, like... They still haven't said exactly how you choose. But... there is rumors that it's like they give you like a quiz, and depending on how you answer, the sorting hat will choose a house for you, which I think is pretty cool. And that is pretty cool. Rather than me choosing one, and then you're able to choose to go like really dark magic and just go down that path, or like stay on the good side, or mingle with both. So like I like that aspect of like you're able to do whatever you want, and then just the free roam aspect of being able to walk through the corridors of Hogwarts, and like I said, you can literally be like, that's a classroom, I'm gonna go in there, and I'm sure most of them will be missions, but like just going into a classroom and like learning how to do spells and like all that'll just be so cool, because it's like you're literally in Hogwarts. I'm really excited for this. Really
the last game that properly did that good that wasn't a Lego game was that, like, Order of the Phoenix PS3 game. That I've tried getting that game on Xbox countless times. I think it just got taken off the store. I think there's some things with like Warner Brothers and Harry Potter royalties and shit like that. I'm so fucking furious by it. I'm even thinking about like looking it up online if I can still play on the one. I loved that game because you literally just got to explore everything. You got to play mini games, and so like all of that, everything you just said there, like I can't deny. Even though I said I would be the voice of minor pessimism, gets me grinning so
Yeah.
stupidly, greedily, and giddily. I fucking love all that.
Mm.
But I look at the faces and it screams Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
It just yells, "This is a problem." And like even I saw some of the combat, and like the spell whirling looked good, the camera angle looked good, it looked good,
Yeah.
but there was something wrong with it, and I think it was the enemy AI. They look so lazy. They look just kind of like, we're here.
But you
and
know,
one,
usually
like,
in gameplays they have them set on like super easy difficulty.
true.
Otherwise, the guy will be dying 20 times and it's a shit game, gameplay. But usually they do have them on like super easy settings, so that they can just keep moving on.
Usually do, but I look back to the Deathly Hallows Part 1, which is the first game I ever achievement hunted in. Couldn't perfect because it didn't have to connect. But I remember playing it, and like even on easy, you'd have guys darting into corners, and you'd have loads of spells coming at you and stuff like that, and like they wouldn't do as much damage. Now, if I was a game developer and I was going to show a trailer, I would I would just get a tech demo, a build of it. I would like obviously be game engine, but I just turned down the damage. I turned down their accuracy, their speed, and their actual like how they act and stuff like that. That would be completely normal. I would not touch that because it kind of was. There was one aspect of their gameplay, I can't really remember what part, but there was just a bunch of snow, and it was just a guy standing there, and he casts a spell at someone. It was like two guys, but like he like whips him up right to you, and it looks so overpowered because he whipped him like up, and he was in stasis, and he got stuck there, and he hit him a few times, and he fell. I was like, oh okay. Oh, surely the next one he'll do will be like a completely new combo. He hits him a few times, shuts him up in front of him, hits him a few times, does a big fire spell at the end, even though the guy is dead. I'm like, okay, cool. Please, I need to watch more. I think that's my issue. I do need to watch more before I make a proper decision on it. Because again, everything you said gets me randy a bit, not gonna fucking lie. But if it's gonna look as Mass Effect Andromeda as it does, I'm gonna have an issue going to turn around and be like, day one release day, I'm gonna buy it. Because Star Wars is going on to my Xbox as soon as I fucking buys it. As soon as I fucking can.
Yeah.
That's going on there. And I can't wait for it.
Yeah. So if they're able to fix faces in this, and which I'm sure they will, like I said, there's still a long time like before release, but even if, like I said, even if the faces aren't great, if they're like okay but the gameplay is amazing, I'll deal with it. As long as it's not like, I can't watch this.
Yeah,
I wouldn't care. I'll still play it and still love it. I really hope this is good. We've been waiting for so long. We've been waiting for so long.
The only nitpicky thing I have is like the lighting just seems weird. It looks like it never changes. It looks like it's always the same, even in a cave. There's like outside shot of Hogwarts, Hogwarts, and then there's a shot inside the cave, and then a person on a broom in Quidditch match. I just like, I can't put my finger on it, and I think that's why I'm going to refrain from saying any more about it after this. The lighting just looks weird to me, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know.
They'll fix it. It's minor things that I'm sure they can fix.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting some form of cameo from either McGonagall or Dumbledore or both.
I don't think so, because it's late 1800s. No, I don't know.
Hey, man was 124.
Like, a lot of... no, I won't say it. I won't say it because you don't know it. I won't say it. But no, I kind of like the story aspect behind it. It's like, you just a random student joins in 5th year. You know, you're kind of mysterious, and you just kind of join really late, like in like your 5th year. It's like, why are you coming in so late and stuff? And yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Oh, okay. There's too many things. Like, it's not that I'm not gonna get it. I am, of course, gonna get it. There's too many things that are good about it to not let me get it.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get it. I'm most likely gonna get it day one. You know. It's just,
Oh, yeah, probably.
yeah.
Look,
Who are we lying? You know, unless like something really drastic happens, which I doubt it will, we're gonna get it day one. Yeah, who are we lying? Yeah, I can't wait for that though. We've been waiting literally years for that, so it's got a lot of, you know, a lot to live up to. Yeah,
especially with recent releases being so overwhelmingly popular.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a lot to live up to.
Oh yeah. But yeah, what other game stuff do you have?
Do I have? Not a whole lot. Again, I came back from a camp, took a fat deuce, and then sat down. Fuck.
Yeah, okay, I'll go. I'll find something.
Oh, I do have something. Sorry.
Oh.
Well, there's a quick Elden Ring thing. It was funny how quickly we were wrong about... It was literally the day after we finished recording. It was hilarious how quickly we were wrong about the speed run. It didn't just go down a few minutes. It went down like 10.
Oh yeah, we were so wrong.
But then, I got a little bit of retribution.
Okay.
Because I did say
an
update's going to come. Yeah, I did say an update's coming. And it's going to buckle the trend. And it did.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, definitely.
New NPCs.
Without doing, you know, glitches and stuff, it would be quite impressive to go that low. But yeah, what do I have?
That's really all I had with that, because...
Oh yeah, I have. There's a new game that was also announced recently. I don't know where it was announced, but it was announced. It's called The Quarry.
I literally just scrolled to
it. It's The Quarry. It's the producers of Until Dawn, that will create this with 2K. Now, if this is anything, and it looks it from this small bit of stuff that they showed us from this game, if it is anything like Until Dawn, yes. Give it to me, because the spin-offs of the whatever they're called, the Man and Medan and all those games, garbage. If this is anything like Until Dawn, oh yes.
If it goes back to not wanting to, if it does two things, if it goes back to not pulling any punches, and it goes back to just appreciating horror for what horror is, rather than being this dumb, over the top, oh look at the special thing we can make you freaked out with, like you're not. We've seen the character at the end of the hallway walk across 6 times, and we haven't stopped moving forward. It's shit. I don't know what the hell is going on. I hated that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I think if we're able to get like a really good story, and just a good story, this could be really, really fun. Apparently there's like 12 ways everyone can die, so like you're kind of fucked.
Jesus.
If
we have another Emily, we won't be stuck with her till we have to literally shoot her in the fucking head.
That was so
we
funny.
Dropped the bitch from an outlook tower, and she lived.
Literally the one character we hated was the hardest character to kill.
Maybe that's why. That was their little fucking, like, because the two characters that we loved were the easiest to kill. There was a good few times where you'd be like, fuck, this could kill them, and you would. And there's either a few times that were hidden, it was like, oh yeah, let's do this, and I was like, oh shit, they're dead now.
Yeah.
And there's so many quick time events to those characters. You're like, ah, no. There was literally one quick time event with this enemy character where we put down the controller.
Yeah.
And she fucking
We
survived
let it happen. Hold still? Nah, we shaking that stuff.
Oh, we shook the cat. Like, no matter, we like legitimately
tried everything.
Tried.
We just couldn't.
It was amazing.
We just couldn't. Until we literally have to shoot her in the face.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. No, if
At
this
the
is
detriment
anything
of the standing of another man.
if this is anything like the original Until Dawn, this will be fun. Well, it could be fun. And it is coming to Xbox. It's not just PlayStation. It is Xbox as well.
Cool.
So that is cool. Because that was my first worry when I heard about it. I was like, this will probably just be a PlayStation exclusive and no one else can touch it. But no, apparently it is coming to everything, so that's good. It's good. We still don't have a release date or anything. Like, it's just announced.
Speaking of things don't have a release date, technically, but are kind of up in the air, I do see a thing here about Star Wars Eclipse. And it has been delayed, which to me is fucking sane. How you can delay something from 2026 to 2027 when it's 2020 shitting too.
Yeah, how could you have 5 years to develop it, like, no, we need 6.
What was actually fucking amazing is the reason why, it seems anyway, let me have a little look quick. According to the studio, struggling to bring talent and has been delayed eternally. Okay. Has not been delayed because Quantic Dream never announced or promised a launch window. Yes, you did. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You literally gave us a window. Now, albeit, the window was years.
Years in the future. Years.
Yes, it's still delayed.
Yeah.
And it's even talking about, like, the studio increased its workforce by 50% 2021, and yet we're getting rumors of a fucking delay. That sounds so unusual.
Yeah.
But that's not why I'm getting to it. I did just realize what Quantic has done.
What they did?
They did Heavy Rain. They did Beyond Two Souls. They did Detroit Become Human. Do you want to tell me what the current pattern or theme with those 3 games is?
What is that?
PS exclusive. Heavy PS exclusive.
Yeah. No shocker there.
That could be now. With Disney being Disney, and with Disney having a decent relationship with Microsoft, and because they are power hungry whores, they should absolutely turn around and be like, "Hey, there's another game for console over there, and they also want it. You give them good.
Yeah,
do it, because like Disney also aren't a Japanese company, and what I mean by that is, like, Nintendo's Japanese country and Sony are company. Nintendo and Sony are Japanese companies, and they seem to kind of not want to interact with their own communities, so there's not a whole lot of overlap when it comes to their games. Like, look at the amount of games that Nintendo has, and then look at the games that Sony has, and how much exclusives are between them. They don't really like to, overlap and mingle with each other. So they don't have any excuse for, like, a Western company to come and be like, we want there to be a mingle, because they only gain from that. If you were to mingle Japanese, if you were to mingle Japanese competition, you'd lose out on money. But if you mingle Western competition, you're probably not.
Yeah.
It's complex, but it does, in my mind at least, make sense, because the way I look at it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so long away. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait 5 years to find out, I guess.
5 fucking years. Last year was 5 years. Now it's still 5 years.
Yeah. Well, maybe next year it'll still be 5 years.
No. If genuinely, if it gets pushed back a year, I'm just not gonna remember it. I'm gonna make myself forget about it, because what's the fucking point?
Oh yeah, there's no point. Just Fuck off. But yeah, I was also wrong. The Quarry does have a release date, and it's very soon. June of this year.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Yeah, so we literally didn't hear anything about it. Boom, released. It's coming out this summer. That's what we want.
Full reveal March 17th. Yeah, that is what we want.
Literally, that's all we say we want. We literally want to hear nothing about it, and when we do, it's literally coming within a year. We don't want this 5-6 year wait for games. We literally just want you to go, hey, do you like this trailer? Yeah, it's coming this year. It's like, yes. No, there's like, do you like this? Are you really excited for this awesome story we literally just sold to you? Yeah. See you in 6 years, boys. It's just, yeah, I'm happy this is coming quick. We also need that game to play.
Yes.
Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. But yeah. How exciting. New Fortnite season out today, if anyone likes Fortnite.
Fair play to you. I saw something with Doctor Who, so that's another pop culture reference that's gonna be like, oh, it's a game for Fortnite.
Yeah. Do you think we're ever gonna get to see what's it called? I'm trying to think. A little
It's dangerous sometimes.
God of War 2, like trailer or anything.
It's getting to a dangerous point where if it goes much further than I want to say after April, if there's nothing in April, it's not gonna be a this year release. That's my prediction. Not even that it would be delayed, because it is set to come out this holiday.
Yeah, this year.
Right.
They haven't said when.
Yeah. If it doesn't come out on, if it's after April that the release is, it could be pushed back.
Yeah.
Which is a decent prediction. If it is out this year, it will sell and it'll do good. But I still don't think it's gonna. It's not. I very highly doubt it's gonna surpass Elden Ring's. In my mind, it's almost impossible for it to be Elden Ring's money gross, purely because it's on PS5. Elden Ring's on everything.
Yeah,
it's even on the fucking Steam Deck, for Christ's sake. And the time, you don't have a whole, like, from now until it does get properly released, like, Elden Ring is still going to be selling, making copies and stuff like that. It's already breaking records, and it's up there in the top 10, like, not highest grossing, but like quick. Yeah, it's the top 10 in, I think it's number 6 on Steam's most concurrent players ever.
That's impressive.
And like that's up there with CS:GO and Dota and stuff like that. So that's a very incredible feat to have.
Oh, incredible.
God of War won't have that.
No, I don't know. It's simply because it's an exclusive, though, as well.
Yeah, because I know God of War. Yeah, that's the other thing. Because God of War is only recently out on Steam. Because I remember they lost their one proper. Well, no, they have a few others, but their main. True exclusive. They lost him because of PC and Steam.
Yeah.
So now. Will it come straight to PS and Steam, or will it come to PS first, wait a while, and then come out on Steam? Which I'm assuming they will, but they shouldn't.
I think they should just come out both at the same time.
Yeah.
I think if you come out both at the same time, you still have people that, everyone that's going to buy it on PlayStation is going to buy it on PlayStation. But like you said, you'll get more money by opening the avenue of allowing people on PC buy it as well.
Because what might happen is, give it like a year maybe, then you release it out on Steam. By then you have PC players who want to play it. Oh yeah, this is how we get to play it now. And then there's kind of an upsurge in the amount of things that you buy.
Yeah.
But PC players who want to play God of War have a PS5 at this point.
Yeah.
PS players who want to play any game on that's an exclusive will have the console.
Yeah.
Any big name will have it gifted. Anyone really who wants to play it will find a way to play it as soon as they can. So you kind of got to question, does releasing it a year later, say that's just a random number I plucked out my ass, will that actually make a difference with sales? Will there be a big enough upsurge to warrant it? Or would just, do you think, because in my mind, just releasing at the same time will have the same price, just quicker.
I think...
And you'll have less people trying. By then, you'll also have people purchasing a second hand.
See, I think if you release them at the same time, you get more money than releasing them separately. For the simple reason, like you said, people that want to play it, will have a PlayStation and are waiting for it. And the people that don't have a PlayStation and have PC, let's say, will want to play it as soon as it comes out. But if they can't, they'll move on to a different game. And when eventually it does drop, there will be people that will buy it on Steam, but not everyone that was originally willing to buy it will buy it. Some of them will be like, I got this other game that just came out, I'll play that, and I'll eventually get to God of War. I might never get to God of War. But so by releasing them at the same I don't see why you wouldn't release them at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah. But like, we've had 2 State of Plays events this month, and not one has had any God of War. So
when the hell did we have the second one?
The second one was they released the Quarry and the Hogwarts one as well. They had those 2 at that event.
Oh fuck yeah. Dumb.
Yeah. So they've had 2 State of Plays this month, and not one has had a trailer for the biggest game of this year, or even a Spider-Man, or even a Wolverine one. None of their big ones have had anything bar, obviously, well, Hogwarts isn't theirs, but like, that's the only big game that was like, had some sort of a big reveal.
Hogwarts is coming to Xbox, right?
Yes.
That's fine. I did get scared during the week because I kept seeing on, as you said, State of Play.
No, it is.
Very scared, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's coming on everything.
Excellent. That would be a travesty.
That would be the biggest travesty, but no, it is.
That would have people being like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, that's coming to everything, especially because it's Warner Bros. You know, if it was, because it's Warner Bros. And that was exclusive, we probably wouldn't be getting any, Gotham Knights and anything like that either. But no, we are.
Oh yes. Quickly, then again, that's the Western company dealing with a Japanese company. If it's Japanese, there'll probably be more exclusivity there because they want as much money in that country as possible. But since it's a Western thing, they're like, let's just get money.
True. Yeah. Oh yeah. I completely forgot this game was coming out. This is a squad game.
Oh yeah, well we have a minute and a half left, so I don't think we can talk about it.
Oh, 1 sec. When is it coming out?
Okay.
This year.
Awesome. That it?
That's all we have.
Love it.
Anyway, yeah, so that's it for us. So make sure to follow us on Instagram where we post movie reviews. Connor just posted one there about Tenet. Go to our TikTok where we have funny clips, and our YouTube where we post Let's Plays. Where we're going to start posting them again. And
today, literally, I'm going to post one fucking today. I meant to do it yesterday and it's gone over the week. I need to do it today.
And yeah, our podcast is there, and podcast is everywhere. So yeah, bye.
Bye.